Welcome back. In the previous session, we learned what cloud computing is, why companies moved from data centers to cloud, public, private, and hybrid cloud, introduction to Google Cloud Platform. Now let's answer an important question. When we purchase cloud services, what exactly are we purchasing? The answer lies in three cloud service models: infrastructure as a service IaaS, platform as a service PaaS, software as a service SaaS. Traditional data center. Before cloud computing, companies managed everything. They managed networking, storage, servers, operating systems, runtime environment, applications, data. This required large infrastructure teams. Cloud computing changed this model. Infrastructure as a service IaaS. Think of IaaS as renting virtual servers. The cloud provider manages physical hardware, networking, data centers. You manage operating system, security configuration, applications, data. Google Compute Engine is a perfect example. If you create a VM in GCP, Google manages the hardware. You manage what runs inside that machine. Use cases: application hosting, web servers, custom software deployment, platform as a service PaaS. Now suppose you don't want to manage servers. You simply want to deploy code. That's where platform as a service helps. The cloud provider manages servers, operating systems, runtime, scaling. You only manage application code, data. Examples: Google App Engine, Cloud Run. Benefits: faster deployment, less maintenance, automatic scaling. Software as a service SaaS. This is the most common cloud model. You don't manage anything. You simply use the software. Examples: Gmail, Google Docs, Zoom, Salesforce. Everything is managed by the provider. When to use which? Choose when. You need maximum control. You want custom configurations. PaaS. Choose when. You want to focus on development. You don't want to manage infrastructure. SaaS. Choose when. You simply need software functionality. Conclusion. Today we learned PaaS, SaaS. These models form the foundation of every cloud platform, including Google Cloud. In the next session, we'll understand how Google Cloud is organized internally using projects, resources, regions, and zones. Welcome back. Now that you understand cloud service models, let's understand how Google Cloud itself is structured. Whenever you create resources in GCP, they are organized in a hierarchy. Understanding this hierarchy is critical. Why organization matters. Imagine a company with 10 teams, 50 applications, hundreds of servers. Without proper structure, managing everything becomes difficult. That's why GCP uses a resource hierarchy. Google Cloud Resource Hierarchy. The hierarchy looks like organization, folders, projects, resources, organization. The topmost level, usually created through Google Workspace. Example: ABC Technologies Private Limited. This represents the entire company. Folders. Folders help group resources. Examples: Finance Department, Engineering Department, Marketing Department. Folders are optional. Projects. Projects are the most important concept in GCP. Everything in GCP belongs to a project. Examples: production project, development project, testing project. Projects provide billing control, security boundaries, resource isolation. Resources. Resources are actual services such as virtual machines, storage buckets, databases, Kubernetes clusters. Resources always live inside a project. Regions and zones. Google operates data centers worldwide. Region. A geographical location. Examples: a Central one, Asia South one, Europe West one. Zone. A specific data center inside a region. Examples: Asia South 1, Asia South 1B, Asia South 1C. Choosing the right region. Always select regions based on user location, compliance requirements, latency requirements. If your users are in India, Asia South 1 Mumbai is usually preferred. Conclusion. Today we learned organization, folder, project, resource, region, zone. These concepts are used daily in Google Cloud. Next, we'll create our first project and deploy our very first resource in Google Cloud. Welcome back. So far we've learned cloud computing fundamentals, service models, GCP architecture. Now it's time for our first practical activity. We'll create a project and deploy a virtual machine. Step 1. Create a project. Inside Google Cloud Console, navigate to IAM and Admin Manage Resources. Click Create Project. Provide project name, project ID. Example, GCP Learning Demo. Click Create. Why projects matter. Remember, everything in GCP lives inside a project. Projects provide resource isolation, billing boundaries, access control. Step 2. Enable Compute Engine API. Many GCP services require APIs. Navigate to APIs and Services. Enable Compute Engine API. This activates virtual machine functionality. Step 3. Create a virtual machine. Navigate to Compute Engine VM Instances. Click Create Instance. Provide name, Demo VM, region, Asia South 1, machine type, E2 Micro. This machine falls under the free tier for eligible users. Step 4. Launch Instance. Click Create. Within a few seconds, Google provisions CPU, RAM, storage, network, and creates a server for you. Step 5. Connect using SSH. Click Exit. Google automatically opens a terminal. You now have access to your server. Try shell 1 hostname, show more lines, or shell 1 ls, show more lines. Congratulations! You're now working on a cloud server. Understanding what happened just a few years ago. Creating a server required purchasing hardware, installing operating systems, networking configuration. Today, 1 click, 1 minute, 1 server. That's the power of cloud computing. Conclusion. In this session we created a project, enabled an API, created a VM instance, connected via SSH. In the next video we'll explore storage services in Google Cloud, understand cloud storage buckets, and learn where applications store files in the cloud.